Hey guys, my name is Ariel, and today I'm going to be doing the mid-year freakout tag because it's now past mid-year, it's now July. There are 13 questions, I added one at the end, and let's just get into it. So, 1, best book you've read so far this year. I have 3. I have The Lakeside Cemetery by Jessica Haas. This is a horror thriller, paranormal, not like ghost paranormal, but kind of, but not really. Dead people. This one's really, really good. I do have a video for this one. I suggest checking that out. It doesn't spoil a lot, so you can still go into this without knowing too much about it. Intercepts by T.J. Payne. I also have a video for this one, and this was the most horrifying horror novel I have ever read. Conspiracy theories, medical scariness, underground crap that happened that sounds very government. It was a lot. Highly suggest that one as well. And The Witching Hour by Anne Rice, which I just finished. That book was nuts. This is the Goodreads review that I did. I don't know if I'll be able to make a video about this series until I'm done, and even then, because there's so much happening there. 2, best sequel you've read so far this year. It is Lasher, which is the second book in the Lives of the Mayfair family series, which is the second book to The Witching Hour. It's so intense. I'm like 70-ish% in, and it's just massively, it's an undertaking. The story is an undertaking. I'm in love with it so much. 3, new releases you haven't read yet but want to. I have 3 so far. So, we have Darcy Coates, The Haunting of Lee Herrick. I don't know if this is a new release, but it was on the new releases horror section. I'm excited to read this. I got it a while ago and haven't had a chance. The Last Word by Taylor Adams. Book of the Month book. Still haven't gotten to it yet. And The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. Again, another Book of the Month book that I haven't gotten to yet. So, yeah, I will get to them eventually. 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to new releases other than Book of the Month. So we'll get them as we get them. 5, biggest disappointment. The Corey Girls by Jess Lowry. I was so bored for that entire book up until like the last few percents. I don't know. I just didn't like it. It was a really, really disappointing read. My friends that I were reading with, they loved it so much and they were so excited. Just, I couldn't get into it. 6, biggest surprise. The Lakeside Cemetery by Jessica Haas. I knew this was a thriller and I knew it was going to be paranormal and I was super excited to read it, but I was not expecting, I was so surprised that this book hurt me so much in my soul, but also made me so ridiculously happy at the same time. So that's the second time you've seen about that book so far. 7, favorite new author, debut or new to you? I have 2. Jessica Haas, obviously, and if you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, you should. And Anne Rice. I already knew of Anne Rice, but I never read anything by Anne Rice, and now I am hooked. I have 38 books, guys, that are just sitting around my house that I need to get to, and I decided to not touch any of them because I started The Witching Hour and I need to finish it. I need to finish it before I move on to anything else. 8, newest fictional crush. I don't have one, so yeah. 9, newest favorite character. That would be Mona Mayfair from the Lives of the Mayfair series. She is smart and funny and cunning and strong and just very, very logically thinking, and I generally love every time she's on the page. 10, book that made you cry. I think you mean books that made me cry because there are several and it's gonna rain. So, The Lakeside Cemetery by Jessica Haas. I sobbed unwillingly on my day off and I was so mad about it, but it was good. Like, it was so good. It was such a good book. And I took a really nice nap after that sob. What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. This book brought me to tears on multiple occasions, and I was just all in my feels with this book. So many feels. The Adventures of Alamina Al-Sarafi by Sharon Chakraborty. This book, I cried on multiple occasions but didn't sob, but at the very end, something very beautiful happened, and I probably cried for about 20 minutes because I was just so happy, and I just felt like the author is just someone that is a good person, and I can't wait to read more from her. Now for books I don't have in my possession is Intercepts by J.T. Payne. Had a good cry with that one. The Witching Hour / Lasher. There is so much going on there. So many tears on multiple occasions. You're laughing and crying in the same chapters. North Ranger by, I do not remember who wrote this book, and I'm so sorry, but this one was a great coming of age story. As a gay person, it was a good cry, but it was a I've been there cry. 'Twas the Night Before Pride, which is a children's book, and I don't remember the author, but I read this at the bookstore, had a really good cry, had a really good conversation with a stranger, and I went back to go buy it, and somebody had taken the last copy, and I'm really glad that someone took that home. It was a phenomenal little book. It made me feel happy and seen. And The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden. That book was a whole drama, and I loved it. It was a thriller. It was a just big scary house book, and I absolutely loved that book. 11. Book that made you happy. Again, I'm going to revert back to the list that I just gave you because all those books made me happy and cry. 12. The most beautiful book you have acquired this year. So I have a couple that I acquired this year. Obviously, The Adventures of Alamina Al-Sabrafi is one of the most beautiful books that I have. It looks like a really amazing tattoo, quite honestly. I'm not in the market for a seascape tattoo, but you never know. And The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. Look at how beautiful, and it's hard to tell, but like these little stars in the light kind of glow. It's intense. It's insane. 13. What books do you need to read before the end of the year? None. Because I don't have anything that I need to read, but I have 38 books floating around the apartment, and I would like to get a sizable chunk taken out of those. And now for the last question that I'm adding, question 14, what is one book that you didn't read this year that you would recommend to somebody that hasn't read it yet? And that, my friends, is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I love this book. This adventure has so much going on. There are books within books. This has got to be one of my most favorite books of all time. Go ahead and give this one a read. And that is it for my video. I hope you guys have a good day. Support local authors, use your local libraries, and have a good day. Bye.